A video appeared on X.com.
Which already that sounds so. Imagine yourself saying that 2 years ago, and it's not about porn.
Yeah, well, this was a video that certainly caused a great deal of excitement around certain spaces in a similar way that a particularly titillating pornographic video would. And this was the return of Kevin Spacey's Christmas message. Now, I should have looked this up before we started the episode, but he missed a year or two there. I think maybe 2 years he hasn't done it now.
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't really like he did this every year. It was just he did it 1 year.
2 years.
No. Mm-hmm. Then everyone was like, damn, that was crazy. He did that. And then he wouldn't let, like, this is like someone who doesn't get a joke. You have to just let it go. He killed the joke by trying to get in on it with people. And it's like, no, buddy, we're laughing at you, not with you.
Yeah.
And he tried to flip the script and he just ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, this was a little. So to give a full explanation, Kevin Spacey appeared in character as Frank Card from House of Cards, the president of the United States. I have not seen House of Cards. I do know that one of the canards, is that a canard, like a trademark? No, that's not what a canard is. But one of the trademarks of the show is his southern drawl. And looking at the camera and speaking directly to the audience as if they are in the room with him. Yes. In fact, as if he has broken the fourth wall itself. Right. So he appears in character as apparently out-of-office president, Frank Card, talking to a giddy, I would say downright giddy Tucker Carlson. Now, the hallmarks of the first video are him sort of making this like somewhat threatening message, and this is around the time a lot of the Epstein stuff is happening. I think this is in 2019.
Yes.
And he's sipping from that mug that the
Queen's Jubilee.
The Queen's Jubilee mug. This one, the symbolism will be their downfall. In the background, there were two Christmas trees, which was really confusing to me.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch it. I just listened to audio.
You just listened to the audio?
Yeah, because I was doing stuff. So I didn't see the background. And also, like, I don't like looking at Tucker Carlson's face.
It's crazy looking.
Yeah.
Tucker is fucking thrilled to be there. And he interviews Spacey for about 8 minutes. Or he interviews, rather, Spacey as Frank Card for about 8 minutes.
It clearly scripted, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. Certainly scripted. And it seemed to be kind of a collab because Spacey put it on his own YouTube channel. So he was given the video at some point. In it, he
so undignified.
asked Kevin Spacey if he's going to run for president and like if he's thinking of throwing his hat in the ring.
But it's not Kevin Spacey, it's Frank Card.
It's Frank Card. Yeah, correct. And he declines to give a straight answer. But it is, I mean, it's such it's a joke, obviously, but like, I'm not really sure. Like, there was like some points that they try to connect on about like getting canceled by your network, like Netflix with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, there was
Fox
a whole thing
Tucker.
about how Kevin Spacey was like, oh, in Frank Card's White House, someone who identifies as a bunny won't be in my administration.
Yeah.
Like making some stupid joke about trans people or whatever. It's just
I didn't
like,
remember that. Oh,
whatever,
yeah. The
man.
only rabbits in the White House will be. I feel like that's a reference to this like dance that Joe Biden or something. There was like some fucking Biden White House Christmas bullshit that conservatives got mad about, but I only saw the thumbnail for.
But he's just doing like kind of classic like he keeps repeating like we need people who are like okay with taking power. We need adults in the room.
Yeah.
Which is weird because
Kevin Spacey usually quite the opposite.
Right.
Yeah, let us remind you that Kevin Spacey is a alleged gay child rapist.
Well, I don't know which part alleged is referring to.
Kevin Spacey is a gay alleged child rapist. There we go. And it was funny to see the reaction from a lot of Tucker's fans because they were, I would say, perplexed about it, then immediately did the thing. I wish our fans did this, where they're like, they're like, oh, it actually means this and this and this and this and this, and like
new lore.
Yeah, it's like new lore. Like, oh, this is coded messages for the cabal here.
I like that riffing
on like what it actually means, because the reality is it's like Tucker thought it. Well, what it looks like is that Tucker thought that he could connect with Kevin Spacey about cancel culture, because Kevin Spacey has, thanks to the deaths of several of his accusers and his high-profile lawyers, he has won his court cases. At least one of the ones that I know about. There might be more, but and so he is a formerly alleged. Well, he is a gay formerly alleged child rapist. And I think Tucker was like trying to make some point about cancel culture, but also about politics.
None of it made any sense.
And that didn't make any sense. The humor was rough too.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. It went on way too long. And it was weird seeing this like character from, at this point, what are we talking about, 10 years ago?
I think so.
That's like Obama era,
House
right?
of Cards on. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, getting trotted out again. I don't know. It's, oh, how the mighty have fallen is the only thing I think every time I see Tucker Carlson's stupid fucking face on X.
I know. Well, I looked at the Carlson website too. And
I didn't know he had a website.
Well, of course he has a website.
In the abstract, I'm sure he has a website, but I didn't think to look at it.
It's just like him doing interviews, I guess, and like, it's like, and he gets some high profile names, Javier Milei and shit like that. But like, it
still feels very low hanging fruit.
It's low hanging fruit, I feel.
Yeah. There was kind of a sad moment where like Tucker was like, well, we've got something in common. We've both been kicked out by our networks.
Yeah.
And they're both like, yeah. And I'm like, brother.
Like, don't
the
really
disgusting brothers.
It's just weird that you're linking yourself with
yeah.
Spacey.
It was all very sad.
There's also a line from it that I do want played right here.
It's a little bit like jumping in the jacuzzi with a boner. You know it ain't gonna last forever.